Hello, everyone. Welcome to For the Girls with Becca Moore. Here's Bear Bear. What do you have to say? Ow, he bit me. Does he have the zoomies right now? He hates podcasts. Like, he's so done. He's like, no more influencers should have podcasts. Welcome to For the Girls with Becca Moore. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I'm doing a solo episode today. Also, I just wanted to say thank you for all the love that I've received from the last one I did. The last solo episode I did was me announcing that I was dating a girl. This is going to be a Q&A episode, mostly centered around, honestly, my dating life and like what it's been like since coming out. Those are, well, not fully, but like those are a lot of the questions that I chose because I thought that was probably the most like relevant and interesting in my life right now. And also last episode was pretty emotional. This one will not be emotional. I'm not feeling emotional. I feel happy. And so, yeah, things are going pretty well in my life. I've had a very summery weekend. I went to a country concert on Friday. No, I went bowling on Friday. Then on Saturday, I went to a country concert. Then yesterday, I went to Six Flags. Today, I'm going to a baseball game. Shannon is really jealous. She's really upset. I'm sorry, Shannon. I'm going for Brett has a brand deal and I'm going with him. And I did not get to bring Shannon along with me. I'm so sorry, Shannon. Question number 1. By the way, I'm just like reading through these I did like a Q&A box on Instagram. I got an alarming amount of questions asking how I'm so confident. And I would like to say, what is that supposed to mean? What are you guys trying to say? How am I so confident? I know what you're trying to say, and I don't love that. Okay. Were you nervous? Let's just start pretty. Okay, I didn't screenshot these in any order. Maybe I should have because the first one is pretty steamy. It says, were you nervous to have... Wait, let me ask if I'm allowed to say this on camera. Shannon, am I allowed to say sex on camera? I'm allowed to say that on YouTube? Were you nervous to have sex with your girlfriend since it's your first WLW experience? Yes. Obviously, Shannon's laughing. Here's the funny thing about, by the way, every video I would watch. Okay, wait, no, that sounds really weird. I just said every video I would watch. I mean, like, I would look up, like, YouTube video, like, advice on, like, hooking up with someone of the same gender for the first time on YouTube. It was a PG experience looking that up, but basically, here's the funny part. Everyone always says, it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. And they don't tell you, like, actually how to do it. That's the thing. Like, no one tells you how to do that. And unfortunately, this is not an X-rated podcast, so I am not going to be the one to teach you the specifics on what happens and how I did it for the first time. I literally don't know. Here's what I will say. If you're scared, I don't think you should do it that day. Well, I was scared. I guess I mean, like, don't feel like you have to, like, put a lot of pressure on yourself to, like, hook up with someone, like, right away, or that things have to move in a fast pace, especially if you're used to going, like, at a faster pace with, like, maybe men. If you're used to dating men, they like to move pretty fast, I will say that. But with a girl, you can just do whatever you want. You're in control. It's your choice. You get to choose what you do, what you are comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. And if you're really, really nervous and scared, maybe don't do that yet. Do whatever, you know what I mean? I guess I'm giving you more tips on, like, mentality, but what I mean is, like, don't force yourself to do something that you're not comfortable doing. Also, I hate to be that person again, but, like, you will figure it out. That's all I have to say. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. My best friend ghosted me. She made me laugh so much. How can I get over her? That is really sad. I hate losing friends. This has nothing to do, obviously, with sexy time, but I do hate losing friends. It's hard. It's also hard when it's like kind of like a slow fade out and you're like, what are we? It's been like a few months since we've talked, especially people that it's really hard looking back and realizing that you used to talk to maybe a group of friends or individuals like every day and you haven't heard from them and you look at your texts and you haven't heard from them in like a month or two. Or the worst is when it's like a bunch of like blue texts and no gray. That sucks. But I honestly don't know. I'm really like grappling with it. Grappling is a crazy word. I'm grappling with this. I don't know why I said it again. I'm dealing with this right now, kind of. like trying to navigate maybe like new groups of friends versus like being attached. Oh my God, my flash has been, how long has my flash been on? Really, guys? You didn't tell me about this. It's hard to lose friends, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Especially when they did make you laugh so much. It's so sad. It's hard. It's really hard. But I think that you do have to kind of love yourself enough to be like, okay, if someone doesn't want to actively be in my life and I'm putting in effort and I know that I did everything I could, then like what else can I do, you know? And it might be freeing to just let go instead of like begging someone to be like, give me an answer, like why don't you want to be my friend anymore, you know? Something is comforting in letting go. It's sad though. I know, it's so sad. It's really hard, especially when you really loved them. It might just be comforting to let go at that point. And it's hard. It's like a breakup. I used to have this best friend, like best friend, Kenzie. We were definitely codependent. Shout out to you, Kenzie. She knows this too. It's fine. But we would hang out together literally every day. We were attached at the hip. She would come to my work and wait for me to be done with my shifts. I would go to her work and wait for her to be done with her shifts. I would go with her to family events. We were basically dating. When I look back on that friendship, I'm like, were we like actually, we were definitely like romantically dating. No physical anything. We would play spin the bottle a lot though in high school. But it wasn't like that. We ended up having like a screaming match in the car one night. And it was very sad, very hard. And once we forgave each other for the screaming match, we were like, should we get back together? We tried to get back together, quote unquote, get back together. I mean, like hanging out as friends. We tried to keep hanging out, and sometimes it's hard to reignite a flame. It's literally exactly like a breakup. Like once it's over, and there's really nothing you can do to get that spark back, which is heartbreaking. It's really sad. But especially because I look back and I'm like, I don't know if I've loved a friend to the extent that Kenzie and I loved each other. It was like the deepest like love platonically, honestly, that I've ever felt. And like that in itself kind of did turn toxic because we were hanging out with other people was hard for us. Like it was like no one was as connected we felt as each other. And so I was like pouring my entire life into Kenzie and not into like it wasn't balanced. Like my friendships weren't balanced. So if me and Kenzie were off, my whole life was off, which means it's probably a toxic relationship. So, I mean, you know, it was best to leave that behind. But it's sad. I still appreciate like the love that we had for each other, and I hope she's doing well. And I wish that we worked out in the long run because she was such a great friend. Did you ever think about girls while in your straight relationships? No, I mean, yeah, like I would tell, like it would kind of come up randomly in like different relationships I'd had with guys. I don't think I was ever like fantasizing about being with girls, but like, yeah, in one relationship I was in, it was like a toxic relationship, like the man that I dated when I lived in Nashville. And, I think like we were like, I think we were just desperate to kind of like save the relationship. So we like thought maybe we should try something crazy and like have a threesome. And that was pretty much it, like girl wise. But no, I wasn't like wanting to like leave any of my boyfriends for women. But I did think that they were hot. Like I always thought like a certain type of girl is hot. I would see like a video on TikTok of like a masculine girl and I would like be attracted to her, but that was it. I never saw them in real life. So have you felt jealous or insecure while dating Shannon? Okay, so if you don't know, Shannon is like a popular YouTuber, and she definitely has had like public relationships in the past, and she is just like a popular person in general. I don't think I felt like jealous while dating her. Well, actually that's not, well, I don't know. Sometimes when she leaves for like a vacation or like on a work trip, I'll like watch like her old YouTube videos or like interviews that she's done because I miss her, and I'll realize that is like during a period that she was like dating someone, and she'll talk about that or something. And I don't know if I ever felt, it's almost like sweet hearing her talk about her relation. I don't know if I felt jealous. She's literally telling me what to say, everyone, by the way. I'm just kidding. Okay. I guess it's definitely not normal to like be able to access content of your girlfriend and their like exes, especially like fan content that sometimes I'll like come across when I'm on Twitter or TikTok or something. But I do trust her a lot, so I'm not like paranoid that she like I while we were talking, she filmed a two-part podcast episode with her ex-girlfriend. I think one conversation we had was, what if like the ship, like it's mostly like she has like a lot of intense fans, which are awesome, but like sometimes I feel like they are attached to maybe a relationship that, I don't know, kind of like was representation for them. So I understand that. And I had to kind of like, I don't know, separate the fans from like real life. And I was mostly worried about like scrolling online and like seeing content and that making me feel jealous or like insecure or something, but that never really came. I think that she did a great job of like making me feel comfortable, and I don't know, it's kind of strange how like things like that can feel normal when you're in a healthy relationship. Like I think that if that were any of my exes, I would be like, I will break up with you right now and not talk to you ever again. And that would be weird if they brought that up. But like, again, it's different when you're dating. I guess I've never dated someone in the public eye. She just makes it feel normal. So I don't really know, you guys. I wish I had some more tea for you, but no, I don't know. It's weird though. I think that like you have to, I guess like people say that like I'm like a strong soldier or whatever for like, so like, I don't know, but I don't feel that way. I feel like she's made it feel normal. And I respect her past. I think that it like made her who she is today, and she's like such a good, I don't know. So it doesn't really, I don't feel insecure about her like exes specifically. But sometimes people do hit on her when we're at like parties or something, and I think that's cute, honestly, or funny. Cringiest middle school memory. Please use real names. I was in your class. Ha ha ha. Hi, Sydney. How are you? My cringiest middle school memory is, that's crazy that you follow me. That's crazy. I think that my most embarrassing middle school memory is that one day I was very insecure. I had a very flat chest. Obviously, like as a middle schooler, I don't know why I was pressuring myself to have boobs in middle school, but I was so insecure. I was just like a tiny kid. And I was so jealous of the girls that like had bras and everything. So when I got my first bra, I started stuffing it with socks. Well, actually, I had the idea one day because I read it in a magazine. I don't know what magazine that was. I'm not sure, but I got the idea to like put like socks into my bra one day, and basically like thinking that people would just believe that I went through puberty overnight. I don't really know what my plan was there. Okay, I put socks into my bra in the morning, and then by the end of the day in math, I will never forget, I looked down, one of the socks had disappeared from under my tank top, which means that at some point during the day, it fell out. I don't know when. I never knew when. Not to mention, it just looks like I had one boob and no one said anything. I don't know if you're in my math class, Sydney. I'm not really sure, but I'm so sorry if you know about this story or if anyone has any information. I never told anyone in middle school. I never started telling that story until high school because I was so embarrassed and I was scared. Who even know? By the way, you know what I just remembered in middle school? This guy named Drew, who was my friend but also my frenemy, he one day told me that I had no boobs, and that was such an insecurity of mine, like to the point that I was like, I saw red anytime people talked about how like flat chest is. Well, why was that a topic of conversation in middle school, by the way? I don't know. But Drew said that I was flat chested and I didn't know how to hit people, but I was sick of him. I was sick of his shit all day. Like I feel like he was really getting on my nerves that day, really like nagging me or negging me or whatever. And I tried to hit him and I didn't know how to do it though. And so my arm just kind of like, I don't really know, but I do know that he got a bloody nose. I'm sorry, Drew. Honestly deserved though. Sometimes he was really terrible, the things he said to me. But he texted me one time like 5 years ago, apologizing, I think. I don't really know. Okay, first kiss story. Ha ha ha. I was a sophomore in high school. No, maybe freshman. I don't know, but I was dating Nick. That was his name. And I hope these people don't mind me using their full names. Anyway, or real names. I was dating Nick, and he invited me to go in his basement. My sister, go in his basement. Okay, it sounded normal. It felt normal at the time, but everyone would hang out in his basement. He invited me over. We watched Family Guy, I think, and I hate Family Guy, by the way, so already not setting me up for a great kiss. And my sister dropped me off. I did not want her I wanted her to like circle around the street and not leave, but because I was so scared, but she wouldn't. She left me for way too long. She took way too long to pick me up, by the way, when I texted her SOS in the bathroom. Basically, we were watching Family Guy, and he leans up. We kind of planned it, I think. Like, I knew it was coming. I think we were texting and saying, should we kiss today? It wasn't me, by the way. There's no way I set that up, but it was definitely Nick. And I lied to him. I think he was under the impression that I had kissed before. That was a lie. I had never kissed. And then we went to make out, and it was terrible. Did not know how to do it. I just remember, like, we could never get our, like, kissing styles to fit. And so I broke up with him, I think, like a week later. I avoided him in the hallways, and I broke up with him like a week later. And then we kept making out on the weekends, every weekend. But I wouldn't get back together with him. I'm sorry, Nick. I don't know why we did that. That was weird of me. Do you think it's a good idea for a girl to approach guys I think are cute? No, absolutely not. No. Do not do that. I don't think men deserve to be approached. I think that's ridiculous. They can do that. What are the main differences you've noticed between dating a woman as opposed to a bro? I think they wrote. Basically, like, just they're smart. Shannon's just smarter than anyone I've dated, I think. And I can like explain concepts to her, and she understands what I'm trying to explain to her. Or guys, I feel like there is always kind of like a wall or like a difference between us, and it was harder to get them to, I mean, I guess in my eyes, it was harder for me to feel like they understood me as a full three-dimensional person and not, I don't know. I feel like I was never fully understood before, but I feel fully understood dating a girl, probably because we have a lot more in common than men. Post coming out, do you look back on times in the past and realize that they were queer, or is this literally number one? Yes, I do look back, and I'm kind of like, okay, I should have probably known. I was never around the type of woman that I would probably go for or like actually make a move on. Like, Shannon happened to be like my exact type. I mean, I don't know. I am not like attracted to girls that kind of fall on the more feminine side. Just because I don't know. I'm just not. So I was never really around, I guess, my specific type of woman that I'm attracted to. No, I never had any, like, I mean, I made out with a girl in the bathroom one night. And I went to her house after, but again, like, that was just to have a sleepover. Nothing happened. I just needed a place to sleep that night. And we would play spin the bottle a lot in high school and middle school. Sometimes guys weren't even there. I don't know. But, like, again, I wasn't attracted to the girls I was around. So, I swear there were no, like, secret hookups that I had with girls. I don't know. Another one that says, how did you learn to be so confident? Thank you. What is that supposed to mean? If someone asks me out and I'm not interested, should I still go on at least one date to be nice? No. Absolutely not. No. What was your gay awakening? So basically, like, it was honestly Shannon. It really was. Because even, like, after Shannon and I started texting, I still wasn't, like, convinced. It was like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I would wait until I was honestly being kind of a fuckboy to Shannon at one point in time for, like, 2 weeks. Because I was in Ohio. She had asked me out on a date, and then I started getting cold feet. So I wouldn't text her until, like, 5 p.m. every day. I don't really know why, you guys. I think I just couldn't even, I knew that I liked texting her and talking to her, and it made me, like, excited, but in the morning I would wake up and be like, really? Like, am I real? Like, is this for real? So I think it was one night we were texting, and she was, like, trying to get me to FaceTime her, and I wouldn't FaceTime her. I was nervous. and which doesn't really sound like her now. Now I'm like thinking like, Shannon, why were you trying to get me to FaceTime you so much? I don't really know. That was weird. But when I saw her for the first time, I did know that like I was definitely attracted to her, but like still coming to terms with like, oh wait, I can like romantically like a girl the same way I can like a guy. That happened a little bit into us texting and talking. And now I've fully come to terms with it. I fully came to terms with it on our first date for sure too, by the way. I was like, yep, I want to date her. I want her to be my girlfriend. I get a lot of questions asking if I watch Shannon's content or like watch her old content. Absolutely I do. Who do you think I am? Obviously. I stalked her forever. Like even before we started texting, yeah. But I didn't really get into like the lore of it all until we were like talking. And then it got kind of like weird to watch because it's strange. Like I avoid anything of her with her ex-girlfriends because I just feel like it's kind of like I'm watching, like reading someone's diary. I try not to do that one. But of course I stumble across it because it's all over Twitter and TikTok. So yes, I've seen some things against my will that maybe I would have loved not to have seen. But have you received any backlash since coming out? I have not received like direct backlash, I don't think. There are some like comments from like straight guys being like, just saying what a waste. Stuff like that. The most like awkward part is like just like speculating on what people are thinking about it. That was like, but I don't even know. That was just, oh, that's a waste of time though. So no, I haven't received any like angry texts from my family. But I have, again, while I say that, I'm realizing like I still haven't heard from some members of my family. That is strange, but I'm just letting that go kind of, and like letting people come to terms with it at their own pace, the same way that I kind of want to come to terms with it at my own pace, you know. And it's fine. At first it bothered me, but now I'm kind of just chilling. I'm like, well, at least I'm happy, so I don't really care if other people are happy for me or not. But it is nice when I get texts from like my cousins or something like that, or I don't even know, people in my family have been really nice. It's surprising the ones that reach out, you know. It's like, oh my god, didn't expect that. What made you give Shannon a chance in a relationship with a woman? Actually, I pursued Shannon in the beginning, so I just thought she looked hot, to be honest. I don't really know. What is yours and Shannon's favorite thing to do together? Right now we like watching Love Island. What's our favorite thing to do together? Oh, when we get, okay, so we have this tray that we got on Shannon's birthday from Topgolf, and anytime we order food, we get we love to like put something good on the TV, like maybe a good new documentary that we haven't watched yet, and get out our tray and eat our food on the tray that we stole from Topgolf, and it's awesome. I think that's our favorite thing to do. And we go out to eat a lot. We go to dinner a lot. I'm going to answer the viewer question now. The first part is a very sweet message. The second part is a question. Like you, I've only dated and been interested in men up until recently. I don't know quite how to explain what I'm feeling, but it's different. There's a girl I have mutual friends with and live in the same area as. We've been connected on social media for years. Our interactions have not gone beyond liking each other's posts, wishing each other happy birthday, and occasionally commenting on each other's stories. But for some reason, I have the urge to get to know her more. I even find myself getting nervous but excited if we're, as a result of one of us having commented on the other story, having a short conversation and I get a DM from her. I don't even know if she's ever thought of me in that way, but part of me feels like I won't know if I don't try. But part of me is also very scared and has convinced myself that if she was interested, she would have made a move by now. I also don't even know how I would respond if she were to make a move. This is all new to me, and the last thing I'd want her to think is that she's like my test dummy or that this is just a phase. Sorry this was so long. Okay, how to go about making a move, if I should make a move, and what would Becca do? I don't think you want the last one. I don't really know. Okay, so basically they were... Okay, wait. I guess I should probably explain why I have a different outfit on. My camera died, and I literally have to go to this baseball game like right now, and I'm waiting. I'm surprised that Brett hasn't like stormed my house yet. Basically, she was worried because she doesn't want this person to feel like she thinks that she's her test dummy. First of all, do not worry about that. Who even cares? All you have to focus on is getting your feelings out, and I think you should maybe like say something flirty to her and like funny. and be like, why do I feel like I like you? Like, or I don't know. Shannon doesn't like that. I don't know. That's my only move. So Shannon is feeding me lunch. She's telling me what to say. So this is better advice than you would have gotten with me. But yeah, if you are adults, or like even just as humans, like that girl is responsible for deciding if she wants to be maybe she does want to be a test dummy. I want to be someone's test dummy. I feel like that's fun. I don't know. It's just fun. Life doesn't have to be this serious. Let me just send that message out. You don't have to overthink stuff before you even say it. Like, who even cares, right? At the end of the day, if she doesn't like you, there are how many billion girls out there that you could DM instead. You don't nothing is riding on this girl being the girl for you, right? Because we don't even know her that well, right? Like, if you don't know her that well, whatever. If it's your best friend, then yeah, that would probably carry more weight. But if it's just someone that like you kind of are developing a crush on, or deciding that you have a crush on them, or deciding that it's a person that could actually might be receptive to you having a crush on them, then whatever you say does not matter. It doesn't matter. You can just say something flirty, like one small flirty thing. Like if she posts like a cute selfie or like a picture of her, be like, DM her the picture and be like, what's like a flirty emoji? No, I'm not taking advice from Shannon. She sometimes like Shannon will give advice to her roommate about her dating life, and I'll listen to it and I'll be like, do not do that. Do not say that. And Shannon gets really offended when I don't like her dating advice. I mean, look, we're dating. So obviously you did something right, and I did too though. That's what I'm saying. So obviously I knew what I was doing because I DM'd her. Let me think. I think you should say something like to a picture of her. It just has to be something that doesn't sound platonic. Okay, so you've convinced yourself that if she was interested, she would have made a move by now. Aren't you the one not making a move too? You're literally not making a move. So maybe she's convinced herself that too. It's different with like girls and girls. Like guys and girls, my advice would be definitely very different, just because, I mean, in our society, like men have everything. So it's like dating wise, I don't think that like girls should be making the first move with men. Well, actually that's not even true, because sometimes I do tell my friends to DM guys. So yeah, if I even do that with guys and girls, like if I tell my friends to DM guys, you should be DMing this girl. Come on. It's not fair that you're going to be like laying in bed at night wondering what could have been. Okay? So I think you should DM her. It's not going to be that hard. It will probably be very fun, and you're probably not delusional in your feelings. And usually if you have a crush on someone, that means there could be a little spark there. You know what I mean? I don't think you're delusional. Now I feel like I should answer some more questions because I do have 20 extra minutes. So let me go back and look. Do I struggle with internalized homophobia? No, I struggle. Well, I'm sure, yes. I'm sure everyone does. And I know I do. I'm deep down. I can't answer this right. What is like the right thing to say? Shannon's okay. Yeah, I feel like I struggle more with like biphobia, because which by the way, I can't even see. It's like hard for me to even claim that. Like it's hard for me to like say I am bisexual, and I'm just like telling you where I'm coming from now. Like do not. I do not want to project my feelings onto anyone else. And I don't want you guys to like internalize how I feel about myself and think that maybe you should have some shame about your sexuality too. I want to emphasize that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's hard for me because I grew up with a lot of like really feminine girls, and so I was never attracted to them, and I never understood when they would like make out with each other. I always thought that it was them being performative. I don't think I was around a lot of like bisexual girls who were like out and like proud. Like, I don't know. I think I didn't have a lot of representation. And then when people did come out as bi, I almost thought that they were fully gay and just not accepting it yet. I don't know. I'm going through like a sexuality renaissance right now where I'm like, what the hell? You can say whatever you want. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm in a lesbian relationship, but I don't identify as a lesbian. So what does that make me, you guys? Obviously bisexual. So I struggle with like biphobia for sure. I'm working on internalized biphobia. I'm working on it. Actually, I have come to realize like the more people I meet, like also meeting like Shannon's friends has been like really eye-opening, where I'm like, oh my God, there's just like a whole other like society of like storylines going on that I didn't realize were going on, and it's kind of like way more fun than straight drama because wait, what's it, is it called? Can you say WLW? Wait, what do people call it? Women loving women? Like, is that the full? Okay. Women loving women. Drama is way better, way more interesting than straight drama. I am invested in these girls and what their storylines are. I came in to date Shannon. I didn't know that she had like 20,000 things of drama surrounding her at all times. Did I sign up for that? No. Sometimes it's funny. Other times, not so much. Wait, I forget what the question was. Do I struggle with biphobia? That's where I got to, the drama surrounding Shannon's personal life. But yes. Not just Shannon, but a lot of Shannon. A lot of Shannon, for sure. For sure. It is fun watching Shannon's roommate date, I will say. I love when she's coming home from a date, and I'm like, I get to hear all her tea. Yeah, do I struggle with internalized biphobia? Yes, but not. I think what I was trying to say is that like I'm so glad that I am bisexual because I get to hear all the tea and I get a lot of entertainment. I will say that. Say bye. See. Anyway, so yeah. Another interesting part of Shannon and I's relationship are all the times I embarrass myself. I was trying to make a TikTok about that the other day. I need to edit it and post it. But yeah, when me and Shannon were first like starting to date, I definitely did so many cringy things on accident. Also, I gave her hives for my lip gloss on our second date. She was allergic to me. That was embarrassing. Also, on her birthday, I fell down in the middle of the restaurant. Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. On our first date, I cried. That one's like just not even funny. It's just like weird and sad. The first time we texted, I sent a screenshot of our first 3 texts to Shannon on accident. So I sent a screenshot of my text with Shannon to Shannon. How do you explain that one, people? How do you explain that one? And you might be wondering, do I regret it? Yes. If I could go back in time and take it back, would I go back in time and take it back? Yes.
I loved it.
You did not like that.
I love you. The way you saved it made me like you so much more.
How did I save it, Shannon? The text conversation? Shannon said the way I saved it, the text conversation made you like me more. If you're watching this, you probably don't even believe that Shannon's here. She's literally sitting right next to me. I'm like talking to an imaginary friend this entire. Okay, so basically Shannon wants me to tell the story of how I saved myself after I sent that screenshot. Basically, Shannon like was trying to make me. She didn't answer for like so long, by the way. It took her way too long to answer. I did put her on Do Not Disturb, I will say, because I was scared. I couldn't even look. You know when you like kill a spider or something, you can't even look. I couldn't even look at the damage I had just done. So obviously I put her on Do Not Disturb, and then she like was trying to make me feel better. So she was like, "Oh my God, you have more unread texts than me," because I had like 171 unread texts. And I was like, that's because I just sent that screenshot to 171 of my closest friends. And that saved our conversation. I think just like accepting like, oh my God, I fucked up and it's kind of funny, it was the best move there. I could have like lied and said, oh my God, what did you like, you know, there's like tricks to get out of that, but like I think it's just, I don't know, I'm just someone who like accepts defeat most of the time. Like, okay, I messed up. Oops. That was our first conversation. I don't know how we are still dating after all the things that I did to her. I'm like, have some self-love, Shannon. Have some self-respect. You can do better. I'm just kidding. I think that's it for today. Thank you guys. I'm sorry for this episode. It's very chaotic if you aren't into that. I forget when I'm. Why am I looking at reels right now? I'm like watching reels while I'm talking to you guys. What the I literally can't focus. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I love you guys. I'm sorry if you had to listen to this. If you want advice, email for the girls with Becca Moore at gmail.com and rate 5 stars. And I love you guys. Okay, goodbye. So yeah.